Guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. This is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show where we trade it and we do not gamble it. My name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and on this show, as we always do every week of the day, we take a look at the news that are making waves on the market regarding cryptocurrency. Also, we check what the event of the day looks like. We take a look at the market cap. We dissect the chart to know how and when we can adjust our portfolio. And also we check the market sentiment to know how people are reacting to the news, to the event, and what is going around the cryptocurrency space in general. All right, without wasting our time, let's dive into what is happening today. This is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show where we trade it and we do not gamble it. The first thing I'm going to show you, you can see on the screen right now that BTC is trading at 114,994. Why? Because of the data that came out yesterday. And if you watched my show yesterday, I told you need to be careful because we might see a little shakeup, and we're going to discuss about that shortly. But without wasting our time, let's dive into the news of the day. We all know Dogecoin ETF is what has been making the waves, the news everywhere. Everybody's excited, especially the lovers of meme coins. I've been hoping to get meme coin to have a say in the space, and for the first time, like I told you last week, we're going to have Dogecoin ETF, and it's going to be launched today, which is 12th of September 2025. And you can see Doge rallies can maintain, close above 0.26 and approach 0.29 resistance zone, and that is what we're going to be waiting for. And guys, this is huge because from Bitcoin ETF to altcoins, we see our other altcoin coming into play that want to launch their ETF. Now we're having the first ever meme coin ETF. I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is crazy. It's crazy indeed. And you can see Dogecoin sold nearly 6% as traders anticipate the debut of the first US Dogecoin ETF on September 12, which is today, with accumulation of over 280 Doge contributed to heavy trading volume exceeding 1.1 billion. Can you imagine that? And our analysts are watching if Doge can maintain closes above 0.26 and approach 0.29 resistance zone. So we need to watch that shot today. It's going to happen shortly, and we need to watch how the meme coin community are going to react to that. As you all know, BTC is the king, Ethereum is the queen of, or let me say, yeah, is the queen but king of altcoins. Why Dogecoin too is like the, let me call it the knight or the king of what? Meme coin. So that is great news for meme coins lover, and we're going to watch that shortly. Another news on the radar, and this one is about Bitcoin itself. And you can see Bitcoin ETF's record fourth consecutive day inflow, adding 550 million. It was Ethereum that we were seeing having the inflow before we cool off. Now, since like 4 or 5 days now, we've been seeing ETF inflow back into BTC, and this is the preparation against what is going to happen next week, which is the rate cut. And we all know we have CPI yesterday. I'm still going to talk about that. We have PPI the day before yesterday, and those data have really given traders or investors hope that we're going to have rate cut come September 17, and that will be next week, Wednesday. So fourth consecutive day of inflow into BTC ETF, and that's great news. Speaking of BTC, Bitcoin rises to 19-day high above 116 as trader sentiment won. I said it last week or so, on Monday. If you've been watching the show, I said if we should break above 113k, because that is when we have the weekly candle. Once we break above it, we can get back into the market and see where we're going to reach, maybe 120, 125, or create a new all-time high when the news comes out. When the news come out on 17th of this month, which is next week, Wednesday, and you can see it's been playing according to what I predicted, and you can see Bitcoin rises to 19-day high above 116 as trader sentiment warms. All right, another news on the radar, and this is regarding the World Liberty Financial Token. You know, I told you 3 weeks ago when they launched it, it tumbles because of, I don't know what happened. They launched it on the exchange and it wasn't doing well, and they said they're going to do the buyback. But the good news for World Liberty Financial Token now is the community are backing the buybacks and bond plan, and now World Liberty Financial edges higher on what? On the week as holder rally behind deflationary strategy to encounter post-launch weakness. So that is another good news, that the community are backing the buybacks with the WLF token. Now let's check more news regarding altcoins, and this is XRP. Now XRP was eyeing 3.0 whatever yesterday, but now XRP at $6 now in sight as Ripple smashes key weekly resistance. And if you've been watching the show, Ripple, they've been trying from launching the stablecoin in Africa, now getting license or getting whatever to do in Europe. So I can see Ripple is having this good news, and that might boost their token, which is XRP. And we all know XRP ETF2 is on the way, and probably when we have that too, a lot of things is going to happen. Solana ETF2 is on the way, so a lot of things are going to happen this remaining bull cycle, and we just need to watch it. So kudos to XRP holder as the smashes the key weekly resistance. Let us take a look at another news, and this is on the finance token. Gains amid BlackRock tokenized ETF plans. On the finance token is surging this week amid a bullish crypto market and news about BlackRock. The rise is linked to BlackRock's ETF plan on public blockchain. On the token has gained over 21% this week, reaching 1.10 today, and that is a good news for on those. Another news on the radar is ETH on the brink of major supply crisis. All I know is ETH is still holding strong. We're going to talk about that in the chat shortly. And another token that is doing great is Litecoin. Look at Litecoin. Litecoin surges as well, scoop up 181,000 LTC. That is great news out of the crypto space. The last but not the least is BNB. We all know BNB has been doing great. Now BNB price surges to fresh all-time high, and can we see if it's going to hit $1,000? You know, I believe we should be able to do that if we have altcoin season. It should even go be above $1,000. So that's what I have for you on the news this morning. So let's now get into what the let's go into the economy calendar first of all, so we can know what the data that happened yesterday really contributed to the market. And if we look at the CPI, nothing changes. It was forecasted 2.9%, 2.9%. Only the month-to-month changes a little bit, and I told you we're going to experience that because of the PPI data we had the day before that we had last week, and we can now see, yes, the one we had the day before yesterday was a little bit low. So definitely before the product on the shelf get out, the inflation is going to cool down month to month, and we're going to go back. But year to year still remain the same, which is 2.9% as Forecaster, you know, the last one was 2.7 and the forecaster was 2.9 due to the PPI we had. So everything is still in good shape. So what data are we expecting to come out today? We're expecting the prelim UOM consumer sentiment to come out at 4 p.m. SAST, that is 2 p.m. GMT. So that's what we're going to be looking at when it comes to the economy calendar. All right, let's take a look at the US dollars. We have 4.1 trillion US dollars market cap. That is cryptocurrency at large. And if you look at the fund and other token trending over there, but let's take a look at top 10 to see if some of the token have, you know, dethrone each other. And you can see Bitcoin still remain number one because the market cap is far away compared to the altcoins with 2.2 trillion US dollars, and the next one that is even close to it is $500 billion US dollars, which is Ethereum at number 2, XRP at number 3, Tether at number 4, Solana at number 5, BNB at number 6, USDC at number 7, Dogecoin now moved to number 8. It was number 9 before, now moved to number 8. And do you know why that is happening? Because of the ETF that is going to come forth. Leaders take at number 9. Tron is now sitting at number 10. The likes of Cardona, Chainlink, Sui, Stellar, Avalanche are below top 10. If you're interested in knowing where your token and your project sits on the market rank, you might want to check out CoinGecko.com to learn or know more about your token. All right, that's all about the market cap. Let's now check what the chart is looking like. If you look at the chart right now, you see next week when we're going to have the big news and we're going to see if it's going to dump or it's going to pump. But I believe we're going to have the pump first, but where we're going to pump to before we dump is what I can't tell right now. But if it sticks to the show, we're going to analyze the chart together and we'll always know what to do. So if you look at the screen right now, after the news yesterday, we have a little shake up when the news dropped. The market dropped a bit before we now have the recovery both on altcoins and Bitcoin now push back up. And right now, our BTC portfolio is still a buy. You can see it's still green right there. So it's still a buy. We're going to hold on to the buy we're on right now. It's still a buy. But remember, it's for spot traders and holders. If you want to learn day trading, the links are down in my description. You might want to join the Telegram channel and possibly you can get free signals and also get free educational content. So Bitcoin is still a buy right now because we broke above 113,000 the weekly candle. Let's see ETH. ETH, of course, I've always been saying it's Ethereum is still a buy. You can see we've not even tried to break below 4,000. Now we're forming a structure. Then we're going to see if the news that will come out next week is going to break the structure, and that we can get out of ETH. So ETH is still a buy. You can hold on to that. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink also is still okay. Chainlink, I put a red there because we have a kicker. So I'll say we can buy Chainlink after this weekly candle finish, and if we're breaking it next week, then we can get back onto Chainlink. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana is still a buy, and you can see Solana is even moving strong. Solana is moving strong. Solana is a buy. Let's take a look at BNB because BNB made the news. Yes, BNB is still a buy. You can see it's green right there. Let's take a look at LTC because LTC made the news. LTC also is still a buy. You can see LTC also is still a buy. Let's take a look at Sui. Sui now it's a buy. Let's see. Sui it's a buy. Let's take a look at ADA, which is Cardona. ADA also is still a buy. You can see it's green. And let's check XRP out. You can see XRP also is still a buy. Let's take a look at Ton. Ton, one of my favorite. Ton is not a buy yet. Until the weekly candle finish, I'll say we can get into Ton. But for now, I'm still going to leave it red. Ton is not a buy right now. You can still hold on. And now let's take a look at Ondo. Ondo is a buy now. You can now see Ondo has now activated a buy. You know, we had a kicker and we had a buy back and the market push back and it's still moving. So Ondo is still a buy. If you're holding Ondo on, in your portfolio, you don't need to panic. Ondo is still a buy. Let me put the green stuff there so we always know that it's still a buy. I mean, for the people that are holding Ondo in their portfolio, Ondo is still a buy. All right, let's take a look at some of the meme coins. I haven't seen what the altcoins looks like. We're going to start with the king of meme coin, of course, and the ETF is even going to start trading today. You understand? That is Dogecoin. Let's take a look at Dogecoin. And if you've been watching the show, I told you Dogecoin is still a buy even before the ETF news, because when you look at the chart is going to show you how and what is going on in the market. Dogecoin is still a buy. Shiba Inu, yeah, Shiba Inu is still a buy. Let's take a look at Pepe. Pepe also is still what? It's a buy now. Let's put that guy there. Pepe, it's a buy as well. So most of the altcoins are they in a buy. Most of the meme coins is a buy. Bitcoin is a buy. We're gonna see what happens at the end of the week, and by Wednesday we're going to know which and what of this whatever token we're holding or we need to get out of, because the chart is going to show us that. I think we should check Pump Fund. Let's check Pump Fund. Let's check Pump Fund because it's one of the token a lot of people want to know about. Let me see if I can bring it out. Is this Pump Fund? What is the ticker? Crypto Pump. That's fun. Yeah, we can see Pump Fund right there. I just want us to check what it looks like and if we're going to, because I can see we had a good news about Pump Fund as well. Yeah, this is one of the spots. Let's add it. It's there. Now let's bring it out. Let's bring it out. Yeah. So now take a look at Pump Fund. Pump Fund 2 is doing great. Pump Fund is doing great. You can see it has broken up a nice structure and it keeps going. So let's pull the mark there. The Pump Fund also is still a buy and we can only get out there. So Pump Fund also is still a buy. So that's what I have for you regarding the chart analysis this morning. Let's now take a look at what is going on with the sentiment in the market. And if you look at what is in Crypto Me 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment, you can find the social handles where you can follow us and get some of the nuggets that we're dropping out. KC the Great. And until I catch you on another wonderful episode of the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it, peace out.